But kind of when I first got in that spotlight, we would start off 18-0. I'm like, I'm on TV, I'm on CBS, I'm on front of the magazine. Yeah. This is everything you could always dream of because I'm watching March Madness, I'm watching college basketball, I'm going to games growing up, and I'm like, now I'm the face of college basketball. Like, how do a skinny kid from Raleigh, North Carolina get on this platform and be in this spotlight? Where you just give a lot of people hope and belief that whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. So that spotlight in college was amazing. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Welcome to Health is Wealth, where we explore the intersection of athletic excellence and personal well-being. I'm your host, Dr. Myron Rolle. Today, we are incredibly honored to welcome a true titan of the basketball world, a 5-time NBA All-Star, and a powerful voice for change, John Wall. Beyond his electrifying plays and clutch performances on the court, John has demonstrated remarkable resilience and dedication off of it. His journey is a testament to overcoming adversity, and his unwavering commitment to advocating for cancer detection and awareness has inspired countless individuals. Before we welcome him to the show, here's a little more on today's guest, John Wall.
But first, a message from our sponsor.
What do you do when things get tough? You don't give up. You stand your ground. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic PSMA-positive prostate cancer, had hormone therapy, and can delay chemotherapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto, because every day without cancer progression is a victory.
I'm John Wall, and I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Typical day as a kid. Probably get up, get dressed, go to school, come home, do some homework, then probably be outside all day with my homeboys, playing basketball or football, just running around the neighborhood. When I was 10 and under, I remember I never played AAU. A lot of my homeboys play AAU. I always played in the Boys and Girls Club, YMCA leagues, and my homeboys asked me to come try it out. And the first game we had, coach took me out the game, was like, take your money back. You don't have to pay, you already made the team. So that's when I realized I was a little bit better than most people my age.
The Washington Wizards select John Wall from the University of Kentucky.
Yeah, I came in with a calm attitude, calm demeanor. I knew I was the number one pick, but I didn't want everybody to feel like I was better than anybody. The mentality I went into it with was I wanted to win.
Wall. George swatted by Wall.
John, appreciate you being here, man.
Appreciate it, thanks for having me.
Definitely, thank you, brother. I want to start from your background, growing up in Raleigh. Can you paint a picture for us and tell us how that was like growing up there?
I think painting a picture is like anywhere you kind of could be at, just being a product of your environment. I think just having my dad go to jail at a young age. My mom raised me mostly with my two sisters. Just seeing what you see on the everyday life, you know what I mean? Section 8 apartments, seeing the good things, seeing the bad things of wherever you're in your community, in your neighborhood, and just trying to get the best out of it. And just seeing my mom work 3 to 4 jobs, making the sacrifice for us to have food on our table, me an opportunity to play AAU basketball, to travel, and get to where I wanted to be. So my ultimate goal was to get back to her. So I think just being in that area, being from the south side of Raleigh was everything that made me who I am today.
Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Who are some of those early influences in your formative years that you would say, you know, kind of helped you along that journey?
I think the main person you say to help me through that journey is my mom. Yeah. I just said, like, she'd take me to school, pick me up from school. That's the only time we'll see my mom most of the time. My older sister would raise us a lot, be around there for us. So just seeing her work, that was my biggest influence. Then, if I'm looking at sports and watching basketball, watching Al Iverson play, that was one of my favorite players. So just being in that space, seeing Dad, seeing my grandma, and just seeing my cousins around, everything I've seen them do on a daily basis put me in a platform like, you got to work hard. Nothing is given to you. You got to go earn it, and that's how you build your respect.
Man, that's awesome, man. Moving into basketball, when did you kind of realize that was going to be it for you, When did it click?
Funny story, I say 11 years old. I wouldn't say it clicked in because I was small. I never was really tall. Yeah. But I tried out for AAU basketball. First time I always played the Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. And the first 5 minutes, coach like, get out. Like, we're going to give you your money back. Because you had to pay to try out back then. Yeah. He gave my money back, $20. And he's like, you on the team. Just sit and watch. So I was like, okay, I must be good at something. And I was probably like 6'7". I had like 40 in the Boys and Girls Club game. So I knew I was good. Yeah. But I think it really clicked for me like my 10th grade year. Yeah. I grew from 5'7", 5'8" to like 6'1". Wow. So all the ability that God gave me, speed, athleticism, handles, I kept all that, and I was 6'1". So instead of shooting layups, they turned into dunks. Okay. And that's when I realized I can go to the next level.
Oh, man. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. That light turns on. Were there any other sports that you played? I mean, I know we talked off camera about great basketball players often were good football players or track stars back in the day. Anything else that you rock with?
Yeah, I play every sport except for hockey, golf, tennis. I tried soccer, but I was a goalie. I wasn't good at that. Okay. But I was better at football, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I felt like I was better. Just the high school I went to, there was a great football school. Yeah. So in the summertime, you couldn't miss summer workouts. You know how that go. Mm-hmm. And I was playing AU. We traveled. Yeah. And the coach was like, you can't make the team because you missed. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah. I think basketball is better for me long term, but I was really good at football. I played safety and wide receiver.
Okay. Appreciate that, man. I mean, maybe when we get off camera, you can line up at receiver. I can, try to press you, and we can see what we can do.
I'm definitely trying to press that corner, so I got to find my ways to get around it.
Nice, man. But talking about high school a little bit, you were talking about your 10th grade year. I mean, you eventually turned into a 5-star. Everybody wanted you. Tell me about high school basketball. Take me through being that sort of elite recruit that everybody wanted, everybody was talking about.
It was amazing for me. Yeah. It's kind of like shocking. Like I said before, I knew I was good at basketball, but I only played, when I played AAU and things like that, I only played in North Carolina. The only time I ever got to travel was for nationals. And that'd usually be in Florida somewhere or Detroit somewhere, Michigan somewhere. And I finally got the opportunity to switch programs and get on the national scene. And I used to be on scout.com every day, rivals.com, and I'm like, I can play against these guys. Yeah. When I got the opportunity, I took full advantage of it. And one day I went back home, I look on scout.com, rivals, no one playing the country.
Boom.
So instead of me, most guys that's like being juniors, being seniors, you go to these big time schools to try to build your resume up and try to build a national scene. I'm like, I did it right here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Why would I leave? So I stayed in my high school, had all the best coaches coming there. Even had scouts coming there, like NBA scouts at the time. And I was like, I'm not going to the NBA out of high school. Like, I never thought about that. Like, I promised my mom and dad that I would always go to college first. So I think just being in that spotlight was amazing. But I think just being 5 to 10 minutes away from all my family and friends made it more spectacular for me because everybody could come see me play instead of trying to drive or fly. Yeah. While you were in high school, you didn't have the money to be able to get those funds to do that. So I think doing that in my background of Raleigh, North Carolina was big for me.
Definitely. No, that's amazing, man. As you know, I went to Florida State University. Big ACC guy. I'm an ACC bias guy. And Carolina is like all ACC country, man. And then somehow, some way, they plucked you out of ACC country to get to Kentucky. Tell me how that happened.
Well, for one, like, Carolina was my dream school.
Right.
Like, either that, my mom's dream school was NC State. And so, like you say, it's all Carolina. You got NC State, Duke, Wake Forest, Carolina, all that right there.
Yeah.
And the main thing about it, a lot of people don't understand it when they go to recruiting, wherever you're from. You could be from the Pac-10, Pac-12, whatever, Big 12. Those schools want you to stay in home. So they really don't offer you unless you're going to commit on the spot. I was young. I'm like, I want to take all the visits. I want to get all the letters. Yeah. This is something I can show my kids if I ever have one day. At that time, I'm thinking. And I was like, I don't want to commit right now. So they was like, if you're not going to commit, we're not offering you. I'm the number one player in the country. How you can't offer me? Yeah. And my background is right here.
Right.
So Coach Kyle, I watched him play with Derrick Rose, and they played Tennessee on TV. I was like, this is how I play. Like, this is perfect in my mind. I'm not telling nobody this, but this is who I want to play for. So when he got the job at Kentucky, it made it like easy for me to go there. I didn't care if he went to school where I don't even know where it's at. Wherever he was the coach at, I wanted to go there. So that's kind of how he got me away. But I think the most important thing was building the trust with my mom. Like, this is my best friend. My first time I'd be away from her if I didn't go to school in North Carolina. And I think the main thing I wanted to focus on going to school for a year or 2 years was just basketball in school. I didn't want to have the distractions of being close to home, where if coach made me mad or something didn't go right in practice, I can drive 15 minutes, 20 minutes down the road.
That's right.
So I had to become a man a lot quicker, being 8 hours away on the drive.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I picked where I picked.
Yeah, that maturity is real. I want to move into a little bit of the recruiting process. When I was coming out of high school, I was in New Jersey. I was a 5-star guy. I went to a boarding school. And, a lot of my classmates went to the Ivies or liberal arts colleges in the Northeast. So when people like Jim Trussell or Urban Meyer or Joe Paterno were coming to my school, it was like a really big deal for people. And I'll tell you one quick story. The coach of Ohio State, Jim Trussell at the time, one of my classmates, her name is Meg Kolar, her dad was a huge Buckeye fan, huge Ohio State fan. So when Trussell was sitting next to me, I was like, hey, would you mind calling up this guy? He's a father of one of my classmates. Called him up, that made his day. And like all of my friends really enjoyed the recruiting process with me. So for you, did you ever have any moments like that where your friends, your family, your community kind of enjoyed that attention and that process like you did?
I think, every day. Because every time I went to school, there's always a coach there. It's like you got Coach K here, you got Sidney Lowe here, you got Roy Williams here, you got Coach Kyle here, you got Bill Self here. I'm doing this in Raleigh, North Carolina, like a skinny kid from the south side of Raleigh, North Carolina. You never expect this to be there.
Yeah.
You had some great guys before me, like B.J. Tucker, Lavelle Moen, Donna Williams, David West was there. All those guys came from the area. But I think just having a whole spotlight there, like it's games, when I go back and watch on YouTube, you see like 5 of the best coaches in college basketball is in this little gym. Probably could fit like 350 people here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, can we take a picture? Can we do this? Can we do that? I'm like, I don't care about this. Like, I just want to play basketball. But the principal, the teachers, the friends at school all want to take pictures. And coming from where I come from, you see those guys drive down the street and get out in a nice black SUV. Oh, we coming to talk to John Wall. We want to see if we can get him to go to our school. We didn't see that growing up. We didn't expect that growing up. So just giving that enlightenment to all the people in my community, in my neighborhood, I think that was big time.
Yeah, for sure. And now on to Kentucky. You had an electric career there, culminating being the #1 pick in the NBA draft. What was going through your mind at that moment when you actually realized that lifelong dream of yours?
It kind of started my senior year.
Yeah.
Because they was like, you could be the #1 pick if you left out of high school. But I'm like, I promised my mom and dad I always would go to college.
Yeah.
Even I never thought about going to college for 1 year.
Right.
You think of college, you think 4 years.
No question.
And they was like, nah, you're going to be here 8 months. If you win a championship, cool. If you don't, you're going.
Hold on, who was telling you that? When you said they, who was telling you that?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yes, everybody. Like every coach knew, like,
Yeah.
it was a time when one and done was coming around, and a lot of coaches didn't accept Coach Kyle having one and done.
Yeah.
Like, why are these kids coming? You're not going to championship. They doing this. So my mindset was like, it's all on me now. Like now, I had some people from back home. You know, you always have haters, and it was like, you're gonna be in school 4 years. You're gonna not do nothing in college. You're not gonna be good. So kind of when I first got in that spotlight, we would start off 18-0. I'm like, I'm on TV, I'm on CBS, I'm on front of the magazine.
Yeah.
This is everything you could always dream of because I'm watching March Madness, I'm watching college basketball, I'm going to games growing up, and I'm like, now I'm the face of college basketball. Like, how do a skinny kid from Raleigh, North Carolina get on this platform and be in this spotlight? So I think, like I said before, you just give a lot of people hope and belief that whatever you want to do in life, you can do it. You just give 110% effort. So that spotlight in college was amazing. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
That's awesome, man. And moving on to the NBA, you know, it's a super demanding league, and I've talked to other guys who play in college at a high level, then move on to the NBA, and that transition can be difficult, right? Like, you don't play as many games, and you know, you're obviously not getting the training staff and the equipment stuff that, you know, you might have in the NBA that you didn't have in college. So tell me about that adjustment. Was it hard on your body? Was it hard on your mental, your psyche? Talk to me through that. Go from Kentucky to the league.
I think all of it was different. Like, don't get me wrong, college prepared me for the NBA. I just think it's a different platform. You know what I mean? College, you might play 35, 38 games if you go all the way and win a championship, or you play in a lot of tournaments before the season start. NBA, you might play 5 games in 7 nights. And you flying. You might land at 3 o'clock in the morning. Got a team meeting at 11 o'clock. Like, I ain't get no sleep. Then you got to go perform at 7 o'clock that night. So just adjusting to that, and then also being a number one pick, you go to a team that's kind of rebuilding or went through something in the past. Right. It's like, okay, how do we find a way to win? Like, I'm not used to losing. So at one point, I went to like my assistant, and I went to one of my coaches, and I was like, can I get paid to go back to college and then just get paid like I'm an NBA player? Because we lost so many games my first year. Man. I remember going on the road, and it felt like every time we went on the road, we were losing. We started off 0-28.
Jeez.
And like, you see guys, like, they all have their own routine and what they do, have fun, do that, never knocking nobody. I'm like, we just lost by 30. Like, why do you want to go do this? Why do you want to go do that? Like, you want to go watch film, go get in the gym, do something. Right. And I had a lot of great vets throughout the league that told me, like, don't never get used to losing. Things that change. Just continue being a pro, continue to work out, continue to do the right things, and then it eventually changed.
Yeah. Did you ever think that losing was, or just how poor the team started, was a reflection on you? Like, did you ever have any self-doubt in your own confidence in your own ability?
Nah, one thing about me, I'm always have confidence. Yeah. I'm always knew, like, the work I put in, I knew it's going to be nights. You have great nights. Some nights you're going to have bad nights. But I know as long as I'm putting the work in, I watch the film, see what I can get better at. But I just knew I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. Yeah. Being that one pick, going to Washington, D.C., that's where my dad was from. So that was great for me. Only being 4 hours away from my family, they can drive up. So whenever I feel like things got tough, I can call them. They can be there for me, have that support. But nah, being there, I knew that everybody wanted me to be great early on, but it takes time. Like, you got to figure out how the pro game go, how the organization going to move. Are they going to add pieces? Are we going to do this? Are we going to rebuild? Are we going to stay in the, like, veteran presence? So just trying to figure that out was a little difficult. Yeah. But I think once you figure it out and stay true to who you are, things will eventually change. Yeah, man. That pressure of being the number one pick, you know, that's something different. I was picked third day, pick number 207, sixth round by the Tennessee Titans. Man, I'm sneaking in the facility in Tennessee, and they're like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm Myron Rolle." You know what I'm saying? So to hear, you know, come in as a number one guy, as someone who has been known since high school, dominated in college, now you're the number one guy, and the team is not performing, especially not up to the standard that you are used to, you know, I could just imagine, you know, the things that are going through your mind and how you're sort of approaching that. But it sounds like, you know, you have a good base and you had a good group of people pouring into you, especially with your family, being 4 hours away. You know, that means a lot, and that's super helpful. John, you are a 5-time NBA All-Star. So if you were making the John Wall All-Stars, you at the point guard, who are the other 4 guys that you're running with? Guys you either played with or played against? So I'm starting point guard, and I got to add 4 guys. You got 4 guys, yeah. I'm definitely going Kobe at my 2. Okay. At the 3, go KD. Okay. At the 4, I'm going Tim Duncan. Okay. At the 5, I'm going Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, okay. Yeah. Orlando Magic, appreciate that. Yeah, I think just like, I think me, I'm point guard. I really didn't care about scoring. I really just ran my team, gave everybody the ball when they needed to. So at my 2 guard, I got arguably, you could say the best 2 guard of all time or one of the best players of all time. Yeah. I don't understand how he'd be out of the top 10 a lot of the time in a lot of conversations. Yeah, that's crazy. But you go Kobe, then I got KD. Yeah. A lot of people compare everybody to him when you 6'9" or taller and got handles and can shoot. Then Tim Duncan, I just feel like he's the most decorated power forward, like did everything, block shot, score. Yeah. And then I got an athletic big man Dwight that's protecting the paint, catch a lob. So for me, my job is easy. Okay. All right. I love that, man. So we're not getting our boy who does that in little. I would have put him there, but that's my guy. I love him. No, he's definitely like, come on, we know where he stands. Like he's either 1 or 2 who have a conversation a lot of people want to have about it. No doubt. But I feel like on my team he's more so like he can play every position. Yeah. But I'm the point guard, so I need scoring. Yeah. I don't care about scoring. You know what I mean? I feel like, don't get me wrong, he has the scoring title of the most points of all time, but I know what KD doing for me, running the floor, spot up. Later on in his career, he became a great shooter and stuff like that, but he was more so running the show and doing those. When I'm the point, I don't need him. Yeah, I got you, brother. I got you. Staying on the NBA tip, but now moving a little bit into health, right? Moving into my space and in the lane of the health as well at this show. You've had some injuries in your career. You know, take me through some of your thoughts as you face these injuries. Again, self-doubt, confidence, rehab, you know, surgery, treatment, talking to different providers. Like, take me through the whole process and how you felt with it. Very difficult. I never had no injury until I got to the NBA. Like, never dealt with ankle sprains, none of that. So I'm like, why is it happening now? What goes on? And you can't really control what the plan God has for you. You know what I mean? You just put in the work and do the things you do. But during the process, I always realized I asked a lot of questions when I had my first major injury. And they always said the first 3 months is key to whatever rehab you do. So if you lock into that, do what you're supposed to do every day, everything else will fall in place. So my mindset was, and this comes from my favorite player of all time, Allen Iverson, if it wasn't broke, play through it. And that kind of hurts you. It's like a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I can play through anything knowing I shouldn't probably be playing. I should go get it fixed. But my mindset was I want to play as much games as I can, so I never wanted to sit out. And it kind of hurts you a little bit. You start getting nagging injuries that you never know that can be there and affect you. But I've had bone spurs, like 2 inches in my knee.
Wow.
I had another bone spur that was in my Achilles, so they had to lift my Achilles up, take the bone spur out, put my Achilles back down, go through that process. And I had an infection one time through it. And I was like,
In that surgery, you had an
yeah,
infection.
my Achilles. No, I had it afterwards. So after I have the Achilles surgery, you have like a little soft cast on, then they go put the hard cast. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to get my cast off, go on the road with the team again, take the cast off. Like, we got to go do another surgery, tore your Achilles. I'm like, what you mean? How do I tear my Achilles? I had an infection.
Yeah.
So now I got to go through 3 or 4 different doctors to try to get the infection out, or if not, I got to amputate my foot.
Wow.
So that was the most shocking thing to me through all the injuries and the process I went through injuries.
Yeah.
It was like, I probably won't even be able to walk on 2 feet again.
Yeah.
So when I got through that, I was like, this is the plan that God has for me. I just continue to do the work and just try to pray and keep my head high and just continue to do what I can do and control. Outside that, there's nothing I could do.
No, definitely some of the risks that we talk about as surgeons. I'm a pediatric neurosurgeon, and when we speak to patients and their families, one of the risks are infections. You know, unfortunately, it kind of comes with when you open a wound and there's air exposure and there's other things around, you know, bugs and bacteria can get in. And so were you on antibiotics? You had to like stay in the hospital for a long time? How did they treat that?
Nah, it was like I wasn't even on antibiotics. Everything was cool. I went back home, had fun. That's like around the time I had my first son. The last thing I remember was they like dropped some red beads in there.
Okay.
It was like, if this don't clear the infection, then there's nothing else we can do. We tried everything.
Wow.
I'm like, this is not what I want to hear. Like, I want to get back to playing basketball.
Yeah.
But even before basketball, I'm like, I just want to be able to walk.
Right.
Like, I want to be able to run around, play with my kids, do anything.
Yeah.
Just have a normal life. So I think you sit back and don't take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
And you got to really appreciate the opportunity you have to be able to walk with 2 feet, to do the things that we can do. So when I went through that process, I'm like, please don't let it happen. Like, just let me get through this.
Yeah.
I don't care about basketball right now. I just want to be
Yeah.
able to walk on 2 feet, run around,
Yeah.
do the little things. So,
You know, you say something so important, John, and I think for our viewers, our listeners, about getting back to a sense of normalcy, like a sense of, you know, the basic, the fundamentals, and holding true to the things that are important to you. You talk about being a new father at that time and wanting to do things with your son and with your family and just do those basics. And for our listeners who, you know, are trying to optimize their health and trying to be better and trying to get out and play with their grandkids, or, you know, trying to play pickleball on the weekends and stay fit, you know what I'm saying, and making sure their blood pressure gets down, you know, what would you say to them about, you know, prioritizing their health, prioritizing some of those basic needs so they can keep living? They're not going to be an elite athlete like yourself, but they just want to go out and live life and do the things that, you know, they want to do.
I think the most important thing that a lot of us don't realize and don't really do is get checkups. Like, make sure you're good. Like, don't be scared to go to the doctor. Let that pride go. Go get checkups, see what's going on, see what you can do to better yourself. And if the doctor say, okay, we need you to work out every day, not saying you got to be an elite athlete like you said, just go get 5,000 steps in, 10,000 steps in, or go get PT. Go do the little things that help fix what you can and provide for yourself. And the more you take care of the little things, the more the bigger picture will be there, so you can be able to play with your grandkids, be able to run around and do those things. Because as athletes, we put our body through so much for so many years, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, you're this age, but your body feel like you're 80. I'm like, well, yeah, when you play all these games and do all this.
Yeah.
And us as athletes, we want to do everything. We don't want to miss time. Like, you never get that time back. But when you get the opportunity to be around your kids, be around your grandkids, and run around and play and do the little things, you want to be able to do that. So you try to take care of your body as best as possible.
Staying on the health tip, I want to talk about your mother. In 2019, you lost her, Frances, to breast cancer. Do you remember when she told you about her diagnosis?
Yeah, I think it was maybe late 2017, early 2018. And at that time, it's like, that's my best friend. Like, everything I did, the reason why I played the game, the reason why I made the sacrifices I did was to give her the best life ever because I seen the sacrifice she did for me growing up. So my dad passed when I was 9, and going through that process, you hear that it's like nobody never beats it, nobody wins. You just think in that mindset like, how much time do I have left with her? Right. So my ultimate goal was like, I gotta have a kid. Like I gotta give her a grandson from me or a granddaughter, whatever it was gonna be. So that was my main blueprint of that. And then at the same time, it's like I'm going through the process of, do you have to have Achilles surgery, or do you gotta do this? You gonna miss time. So I'm like, it'd be perfect balance for me. Spend a lot of time worried while she's going through chemo, going through the process and transition. She's going through the fight and battle. But also I get to be there, and also I get to have my son or daughter, whatever it would have been at the time, and we all can be in one house together and just build on much time we get, because like you don't get the time back when somebody's going through some, or when they're gonna go. Like the life we live in the moment. We go by day. God already got it mapped out for us. We just don't know what's gonna happen. So I didn't know how long I was gonna have her, how long I didn't. So that was my plan through the whole process of that.
Yeah. And she had been, you know, the one who was there for you for so long. And now the roles had to be a little bit reversed. You had to be there for her. And so, and a lot of our listeners, you know, have family members and loved ones who go through things, and now they have to be sort of that bridge of support. But that can be stressful on your body. So how were you keeping your cup full when you had to provide that support emotionally for her as well?
I think the most important thing through that whole process was having a great foundation, having a great team. I think without my team, a lot of stuff don't be done. I probably wouldn't be able to process that. But at the same time, just imagine your mom tells you she has breast cancer. Then you got to go have Achilles surgery. Then you got to deal with infections. So a lot, like now the game that I love is taken away from me, but maybe for a good reason. Like I get to be next to my mom. I get to go through this process with her and don't feel like she's alone, because she's always been there for me. Can I be there for her? But the game I love, I was missing at the same time. But I think just having a great foundation, having a great team around you.
That's awesome, man. Iron sharpens iron. I love that. Now, I mean, you kind of talked about it a little earlier. In generalized health optimization for people, they need to get their screenings, they need to get tested. Tell me about your advocacy now for early detection cancer awareness screenings that sort of comes in the light of your mother, and sort of living her legacy on by, you know, helping people, you know, detect maybe cancer a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I just try to put it out there. I think a lot of us have a platform to go speak on a lot of things and put it to the light. And for me, I'm one of those guys that don't care about social media, don't care about the camera crew being around. What I do is I love giving back. I love trying to help as much as possible. And like we said, growing up, a lot of us don't have the access to go get the help or get these screenings or go get early detection. So if I got an opportunity to be in the spotlight and to help bring awareness to this, why not? And I know what my mom went through. I know she had the opportunity, because where I was in life of being an NBA player was to give her that. Then why would I help other people? So my main thing is just giving people a light to it and giving them a spotlight to be able to go get the help and see if you have it. If you don't, try to figure it out early.
Man, I love that, you know, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. And that's so huge, because you as an athlete, you as a phenomenal athlete, with a platform, you have social capital that you can spend into the lives of these communities and these people who are marginalized, or may not listen to their parent or their doctor, but they'll listen to a John Wall. And so having that influence, man, that's phenomenal. And you're using it the right way.
Yeah, and like you said, like a lot of people might not listen to their mom or might not listen to the doctor, but a person that they look up to, they'll take that advice. So a lot of times you come and speak out on a lot of things, you're not knowing who you helping. Like it might be a person that's around the corner right now, might see this 2 years down the road and be like, yo, your interview got me through this. And you're like, how? You never know what people you're touching, how you're helping them. So if you can advocate that and put in a spotlight to help people, that's kind of what my mom instilled in me. Like, be known as a better person than just a basketball player. And that's what I try to live off of.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That makes me happy, brother. I love it. But sort of segueing off of that, you have the John Wall Foundation. Tell me about the stuff you do with that and what you look forward to doing in the future with it.
Main thing is just try to give back. Like, you know, a lot of single parent homes, like moms that be by themselves. Just try to give them a spotlight to help kids, young boys understand, like, whatever you want to be in life, doctor, police officer, firefighter, basketball player, whatever, you can do it. Yeah. Just give 110% effort. The most important thing is make sure You listen to your parents. Make sure you get your education first. A lot of people don't want to do that. What's going on now with so much stuff in here, but do those things. I try to give back. And like I said before, I don't care about the spotlight. I love my backpack giveaways. I love my turkey drives. I love feeding the homeless. I love doing things for the Salvation Army, which my mom had always brought towards my foundation because that's what she loved to do. So just giving back and understanding, I like to be present. A lot of people got the money just to give and don't care. Like, no, I want to be present. I want to give my time. Like, let these people understand they can touch you. You go through the same everyday life things that they go through. So that's the big thing we believe in my foundation.
That's awesome. Well, John Wall, we appreciate you being here. This has been an amazing interview. You know, we talked offline about some of the connections and commonalities we have, but I think this interview right here just brought us even closer in the sense of allowing the world to see your impact, your influence, the insights that you have, and what has really sort of motivated you to be the great player on the court and the great human off the court that can advocate for health, that can advocate for us being better humans. That's phenomenal. So we just appreciate you being here, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No doubt, no doubt.